Arleta, California, 1985. 16-year-old Michele Missy Avila was beautiful, kind-hearted, and full of life, with long dark hair and warm brown eyes. She carried the glow of youth that drew others to her. She was popular at school, with boys often admiring her and girls wanted to be around her. But that very light, her charm, her beauty, her effortless ability to attract attention, ignited a darkness in those she called her closest friends. Among her circle were Karen Severson and Laura Doyle, friends since childhood. To outsiders, they seemed inseparable, laughing together, sharing secrets, and standing side by side at school events. But beneath the surface, jealousy had begun to boil. Missy's friendships with boys, her natural beauty, and her easy confidence fed insecurities in Karen and Laura. Rumors spread, whispers that Missy was stealing boyfriends or couldn't be trusted. What began as petty high school gossip soon hardened into resentment. On October 1st, 1985, Missy was at home when Laura Doyle called. She invited Missy out for a drive, something they had done countless times before. Missy, trusting her friend, agreed. She left her house that afternoon, promising her mother she would be back soon. It was the last time her family saw her alive. Laura drove Missy to a secluded area in the Angeles National Forest. There, Karen was waiting. At first, it seemed like a casual outing, just friends spending time together. But soon the mood shifted. Voices were raised. Karen and Laura confronted Missy, accusing her of stealing their boyfriends, of betraying their friendship. Missy, stunned and defensive, denied the accusations. The argument grew heated, fueled by months of jealousy and resentment. What Missy didn't realize was that this confrontation wasn't spontaneous. It was a setup. As the shouting turned physical, Karen and Laura attacked her. They pulled at her hair, slapped her, and beat her. Terrified, Missy begged them to stop, but the betrayal cut deeper than the blows. These were her friends, the very people she trusted most, now turning on her with merciless rage. The attack escalated. Karen and Laura dragged Missy to a nearby stream. There, the violence took its final form. They forced her face into the water, holding her down as she struggled for breath. Missy fought desperately, but she was no match for the two girls working together. In the end, she was drowned, her young life extinguished by the hands of those she once called friends. Her body was found in the stream later, beaten and drowned. The community was horrified. How could such brutality come from teenage girls? Why would friends kill someone they grew up with? At first, suspicion swirled, but answers were scarce. Karen and Laura acted grief-stricken, even joining Missy's family at vigils and consoling her devastated mother. Karen, in particular, moved into the Avila family's home for a time, claiming she wanted to support them through their grief. For years, she cried alongside them, all while hiding the darkest of secrets. It would take nearly a decade before the truth finally broke free. In 1988, Laura confessed to police, unable to carry the weight of the secret any longer. Her admission shattered the fragile peace Missy's family had tried to build. Investigators reopened the case, piecing together the betrayal and brutality of that October day. In 1990, both Karen Severson and Laura Doyle were arrested. Their trials exposed the shocking layers of jealousy and deception. The courtroom listened in horror as prosecutors described how jealousy over boys, childish rivalry turned monstrous, had driven two young women to murder their friend. By 1995, both were convicted of second-degree murder and sentenced to 15 years to life in prison. The Avila family, though relieved to see justice served, remained broken by the loss. Missy's mother, Irene, never fully recovered from betrayal, knowing that her daughter's killers were not strangers, but the very girls who once ate dinner at her table. The murder of Missy Avila remains one of California's most haunting stories, not just because of the cruelty of the act, but because it revealed the terrifying potential of jealousy when it festers unchecked. A teenage friendship ended in drowning, betrayal, and death. And for Missy, her only crime was shining too brightly in a world where her closest friends couldn't bear to let her light outshine their own. Like, comment, and subscribe.